Let's take a moment and visit as if you were my students at New York University to Pilzer's Desert Island. This is an island that only has 10 families working on it in a very basic economy. The 10 families get up every morning, the women take care of the kids, and the men go out and fish. And they go out with their fishing lines, throw them out, and barely bring back enough fish each day to support their families and stay alive. They go to sleep tired. The next morning they wake up and they go out and fish. 10 fishermen on the island. That's the economy. Along comes a missionary, and he brings them a new invention, a net. Now all of a sudden, one fisherman using the net and one to pilot the boat, that's 2, can catch all the fish all 10 families need each day. In fact, in less than a day. Now all of a sudden, 2 people are doing the work of 10. Wow, 500% increase, 5 times in productivity, all in one day with the net. So the island's got some interesting problems. They all meet and they go, this is terrible. If 2 people catch all the fish that we need, and remember they're a self-sufficient island, there's no one to trade with or do anything with the extra fish, we have 80% unemployment. What should we do? So they have a meeting. And at the meeting, one person says, I know, what do you know? Why don't we tax those who use the net 80% of their fish? And then give that taxation money to the other 8 people. Everybody will have enough fish, and that'll teach them not to use the net. Another group says, why don't we just outlaw the net? Make it a crime. We'll punish and we'll string you up and tie you to a tree if you use the net. We'll make it illegal to use the net because it'll put 80% out of work. And of course, another guy says, I don't know about your nets, but I really hate fish. I hate fishing. I know it's all we can eat. I really like playing with kids. So why don't I take care of your kids? He turns to the guy who's using the net. And you pay me with fish. I'll take care of kids for everyone on the island. Wow, the other dads go, that's terrific. My kids are a pain in the neck at this age. You take them, and we'll pay you in fish. Wow. Then another guy says, you have a roof that always doesn't leak on your little thatched hut. The rest of us have these terrible roofs. Why don't you fix the roofs on all 10 huts? I'd love to do that, but how will my family eat? We'll give you fish. Ooh, but I won't have any time to teach them. Oh, he'll teach your kids. And you see very quickly how the next guy says, I'll be a doctor, and then you have another teacher, and the next guy picks up the trash, and the next guy builds better huts. Very quickly, the island of 10 people builds an economy. And there's no limit, because every time they find a better method to do something, the guy who works on the roof, the guy who teaches, human beings use their mind, and they're going to improve and improve and improve and do it more efficiently. And then they produce more product output, and they trade with other people. And all of a sudden, that island of 10 people reaches a limit because there's only 10 of them. And then what happens? One day, using the net, they find another island with another 10 people. Now there's 20 people to specialize even more, produce more goods and services for their profession, and then 200. So as you see very quickly, that's how society works. Economically, there is no limit to the amount of wealth in a society as long as it can trade with other people, as long as it can communicate. And the more and more we trade with others, the more we specialize in producing an individual single product. And the more we specialize, the more output. The more we make from vacuum tubes to transistors to integrated circuits to amazing technology and silicon chips, because we focus on one product and then we have more and more people to trade with for their products. In the world today, we have about 6.5 billion people. Of the 6.5 billion, about 1.5 billion, really maybe 2 billion now, live in Japan, Korea, the United States, Western Europe, now the emerging countries of Eastern Europe. Those people live very, very well. And the reason they live so well, and China and India have just joined us, is they trade. Each person makes a product, and the world works around to trade so they can specialize using their brain and make their product better, cheaper, safer. More people trade. And the challenge, of course, for the world is how do we bring the people of Africa and the people of so many third world countries into our trading bloc we call the world economy. And of course, once you trade, you get back to the true answer to world peace is world trade. Because when we trade with people, we become dependent on them, we work with them, we develop common languages, and most important, we develop trust with each other. You have to trust your suppliers and your customers, and that ends World War.